What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Gad Talks. Today we are going to be comparing two pretty similar but different as well fitness tracker smartwatches in terms of its shape and the price ranges. On the left here, we're going to have the Y6 Pro, which is the one I'm wearing, which has a variety of colors and band materials. It goes for under $40. And on the right here, we're going to have the Kingwear KW06 fitness tracker smartwatch, which runs on an Android system. This can cost about $70 to $80 depending on the website and seller that you choose to get it from. If you guys have not yet already, make sure to subscribe to my channel as I'll be coming out with new weekly videos on the latest gadgets, electronics, and smartwatches. And if you guys do want to purchase these watches after this video, you guys can use my affiliate link in the video description below, which will take it to eBay and trusted sellers, and I will earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Now let's begin. We are going to be taking a look at this Y6 Pro smartwatch, which comes in silicone bands and steel bands, and also in a variety of colors. This watch comes in only semi-touchscreen. That means you have to press just this one little section right here to actually operate the watch, to go through the functions. And you can't just press anywhere on the screen to expect it to work. So it's only going to be this little section here to actually browse through the functions. And we're going to go through some of the functions, which will include your standard steps, calories burned, your distance traveled, your sleep monitor, your heart rate monitor, your blood pressure monitor, which is still impressive for something that's under $40 to include a blood pressure monitor. But of course, you want to see how accurate it is, which we will see. You're going to have your multi-sport mode. This you would actually need to actually read the instruction manual to see what it does, because the icon is not immediately apparent to me. And that is it for the settings on this watch. We're going to look at something that's comparable. So it's going to be your heart rate monitor, and we're going to get a reading and see how well within our expectations this reading is going to be. It's going to take a few seconds. But every time you get a reading from one of these fitness trackers, you do want to cross-reference it with something that you really reliably depend on before trusting it any further. I'm getting an 89 here, which is pretty high. I expect myself to be in the high 60s, low 70s for someone sitting down and healthy. So this is a little higher than what I would expect, which makes me skeptical about the accuracy. Now let's move on to... Actually, I think it's still trying to stabilize. So we could... No. That's fine, actually. So it's, it was around the 80s. So it's, it's a little off my expectations, which would be in the 60s or 70s. But we're going to cross-reference this number with the next watch we're going to do a reading with. Now let's check the blood pressure monitor and see how accurate this could be. I expect myself to be in the 100 and teens on the top number, and around 80 on the lower number. I don't have high blood pressure, and I'm someone in my 30s. Now let's wait a few more seconds before we get that reading. Okay, so that's pretty accurate and well within my expectations. So I'm satisfied with this reading right here. Now, let's compare it with the Kingwear KW06 Smartwatch. This smartwatch is a IP68 waterproof, which is pretty impressive for an Android watch, because for most of the other Android watches, I don't see a waterproof feature, really. So it's definitely a plus that this watch is waterproof, IP68 waterproof, which means you can actually submerge this into water. So, let's go over the watch faces that this watch has to offer. This watch is a full touchscreen, so you can actually touch anywhere and expect it to react. To actually check out the watch faces, you want to long press on the home watch screen, and you can actually start browsing on the watch faces. and it comes with quite a bit just in case you get bored. And you can add on more watch faces here. Now go to the main menu. You're gonna see a lot of basic phone functions like you would see on an Android phone. After you connect to Wi-Fi, you can actually use the browser. There's also a camera that's on the side, which is a 0.3 megapixel, so you should not expect anything to be too impressive with the camera, but it is there. You're gonna have your Play Store, so you can actually download apps after you connect it to Wi-Fi. And both of these watches are gonna be compatible with both Apple and Android. You also have a GPS map function. Now we're gonna take a reading on the heart rate monitor and see how much consistency between these two watches are the readings. Now remember that we got about an 80, more than 80 on the other watch. Let's see what we're gonna get on this watch. It's gonna take a couple seconds. So, at least in terms of the readings, they're pretty consistent in the 80s. So, I mean, that's good news that they're consistent, but they're out of my expectations, so maybe I would have to manually keep track of my heart rate for a minute and actually see if this is true. But it's at least good to see that they're kind of within the range of each other. So this concludes my short, basic first look on the Kingwear KW06 Smartwatch and the Y6 Pro. If you guys have any feedback, please leave it in the video description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.